Yo, what's up? This is Ezio456 here, and welcome back to day 68? Ye- yes, 68 of my 365-day challenge, and day 8 of Marvel Month. In this video, we'll be talking about Thor the Dark World. Um, Now, I know a lot of people say that Thor the Dark World is a really shitty movie, but whenever I was rewatching it, I didn't really, think that it was that bad of a movie. Anyways, um, right off the bat, you were introduced to the Ether, or what we know now as the Reality Stone. Later in the movie, Jane Foster and Darcy find an anomaly, and Jane finds this mysterious door, and by following this um, reading of some kind, from like the device that she has, she follows a reading that she had, that she gets by it, and then she goes inside of the mysterious, or she gets, sucked into the mysterious door. Um, and then she is warped to a mysterious place. She then finds the ether on like a little altar type thing, and it attaches itself to her whenever, and then she just passes out. Um, Later on, she wakes up and finds out that Thor arrived. Whenever she wakes up, I already said that. Duh. Then Jane gets touched. Like there's a bunch of police officers around wondering what the hell's going on, and then they try to I guess arrest her, and the ether basically says, no, no, we ain't gonna have that. So it just kind of like sends out an magnetic pulse or something like that, uh, and sends everybody flying away from her, and then she passes out again. Uh, well, she falls over, I think. But Thor goes over there to her, and he basically sends them both to Asgard. Eventually, the Dark Elves, who are the bad guys in the movie, find Jane and try to kidnap her, but fail. And Thor's mom tries to stop him, but unfortunately, she dies in the process. Later on in the movie, you see the leader of the Dark Elves steal the ether by sucking it out of Jane, and leads to probably my favorite scene from the movie, where Thor and Loki are basically, trick the leader of the Dark Elves to basically, thinking that uh, Loki is dead, um, and then basically tricking them. They fight, and it basically makes it seem like their bond as brothers are is growing, and I really like that. Um, then you see Loki die, but later in the movie you basically learn that he's still alive. Then they arrive back on Earth. They fight. The final battle takes place on Earth as the leader of the Ether, of the elves, uses the Ether against Thor. The climax winds up as they battle it out, getting teleported by the anomalies all over the place. So they would just like be teleported to random places while they were fighting, and then they eventually end back up on Earth. Um, uh, uh, Later in the movie, after all said and done, they got the ether back, yada yada yada. Um, Thor is back in Asgard, and he's talking to his dad. Um, and his dad basically says, "Yeah, you can be king if you want." And Thor's like, "Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to, protect people, but he can't do that if he's, sitting on the throne and all that jazz." So there's that. Um, but then, whenever Thor leaves, you basically see that Loki was shapeshifting, or putting up the illusion that he was the king, but in reality, it was Thor. Um, but yeah, I think that Thor: The Dark World is not as bad as I thought. It's definitely better than some of the Marvel movies that have come out recently. But and that's saying something, because a lot of people dislike the movie. Uh, but but yeah, let me know what y'all think of Thor: The Dark World. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. See ya.